Orlando Pirates defense.
They are the two coaches, Bucks Ntombeni, who is also an owner of Keswick Stars, and of course Abdul Samwado. Christopher Kistor from Cape Town in charge today. Experienced linesman in Zakeli Siwela and Thabo Tiyise on the line for today's encounter. Now, Keswick Stars with an immediate positive input, and the shot just across the face of goal, struck firmly by Mukete. William Shongwe mentioned him. Oh, excuse me, it was Zwane.
Yeah, obviously that was a loss of ball position. As Zwane picks it up, he sees it one way, and CBC in defense is pedaling, and that opens up the opportunity for him to take a strike. Unlucky that he misses the target, but it's a good start, very positive.
Can Keswick Stars create an upset here? Miscued there by Hotto! What a chance! Right in front of goal, a defensive mix-up by Orlando Pirates. That is a huge miss by Mukete.
It presents himself so beautifully on the drop, and sliced over the outside of the boot, and I guess maybe it's the power, but with little time presented to him, you can't blame him. He had the whole goal in front of him.
Hotto. De Jong comes to collect. De Jong with a shot. What a goal.
He needs to find one on target at least, because the position that he plays, he always marked by 2 or even 3 players. That's the 2 central defenders plus the defensive midfielder. So he's finding it very hard to turn. And for me, he's very clever. That's why he drifts into all the other areas, just to get a little bit of a breather so that he can turn with the ball.
Now Hotto again. Matswanganyi. Mofokeng goes for goal! It's a good save.
Indeed. The temptation, I guess, on Tobin was to hold it, because I don't think it was like too high, but he realized that he doesn't quite have the time to do that, and the decision was the best one to flick it over.
Curling it in, and corner kick is the result. So we could have a bit of a brother double act here against the Buccaneers. Let's see what Makua can do. This is back to the Gakla. Good turn, Mukete. He's big and strong. Left-footed effort. Swings away from goal. And I'll tell you what, this is a big, dangerous striker.
He doesn't carry the big striker's body, though, that can shield the ball, but he has that ability about him. Very soon, like he turns it.
I think you could see there the left foot, maybe his weaker foot.
It is.
A lot of these players, if they haven't had a chance to play with clubs in the top flight in the Betway Premiership in the past, they've had plenty of seasons in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. There are not too many inexperienced players. Yes, Moreni, tight angle, De Jong slides in, doesn't get the touch. He'll be so disappointed, De Jong. He's been looking for the opportunity to make his mark here. Has got 1 goal, but that was from the penalty spot. Had a golden chance there.
He anticipates as the ball is sprayed wide. He's attacking the post with intention, and the ball truly comes. That is very unlucky. He was there, and I think he had the right technique to just side-foot it, but it just doesn't fall for him.
Disappointed with his own pass. There's Makala. You remember he was part of the Free State Stars team that won this Nedbank Cup 2018. Beat Chippa United, or no, they beat Maritzburg in the final down in Cape Town.
That PE.
PE was it?
Yes. kind of discussion that is going to be going on in that dressing room. Obviously, I think from Tommy's point of view, it's a question of a bit more of what you did in that first half. Just make sure, like he said, in fact, in that pre-match interview, to say, look, if there's one thing you'll wish for is that they don't concede early. And I guess from that point of view, that has been achieved.
Yeah, mission accomplished as they head towards half-time, and they'll be buoyed up and ready to come out in the second half and give a bit of a go. Hopefully here in the Nedbank Cup. And Orlando Pirates looking a little bit sloppy and disheveled at times. Not as crisp and as commanding as they have looked so many times already this season.
Of course, coming from such a big game in midweek, it does take quite a bit. I know there's changes made, but with the changes coming, it means that there's going to be a change of tempo as well. Combinations not as what you'd have loved.
And of course, another big one coming, William, next Saturday, the derby. Next game for the Buccaneers is Kaizer Chiefs.
Just gets better and better.
3:30 Soccer City next Saturday. Keswick Stars next game, the derby against the Bees at the same time. Mpumalanga derby.
You want to go into such a game, obviously having won your last game, it always makes a better entry into the next stage of whatever game that you'll be playing afterwards.
The Chiefs have got a game on Tuesday against Stellenbosch in the league, so they've got a chance to have a bit of a confidence boost ahead of the derby. Pirates will be hoping Stellenbosch knock their confidence. It's going to be a week of intrigue and build-up. We're going to enjoy it as we always do 7 days before the derby, starting basically after the final whistle here. But half-time from Christopher Kistor. Keswick Stars will be smiling, William Shongwe.
All the way into that dressing room, but having better, the spirit will be a bit higher. I think for the coach, though he still can't get too excited, this is the type of games that you can drag. Remember, there's always the possibility of a shootout. Should you be able to drag it all the way to extra time in a shootout. So the lottery of the penalty is always there in the back of the mind of Mtombeni kind of coach.
The two sides will be heading down the tunnel shortly. We can confirm that after the first 45 minutes of this Nedbank Cup second round tie, Orlando Pirates from the Betway Premiership are level with Keswick Stars from the Motsepe Foundation Championship. 0-0 after 45.
Savino Jacobs, remember the name!
The Origin run. How good's that?
A lot of different types of socks being worn. It's the second edition of the Origins round.
I see that you got your rugby jersey correct.
Imagine a story born from within. Before the first image, before the first sound. One frame leading to the next. With over 60 curated African and international films at the 8th Joburg Film Festival from 3 to 8 March 2026. Secure your tickets today at joburgfilmfestival.co.za. Feel the frame and the stories that live within us.
What kind of world we are creating.
Brought to you by MultiChoice, a Canal Plus company.
Well, this is the one that they like to call El Clasico.
Derby is the battle of the two giants. Bossa Soweto. Bola is like a motivator, motivating a motivator.
Bring back the skin we love, the Vulavala. Show me your number.
Pirates are in the lead. Skosana's fourth goal.
Time to separate boys from man.
Mawutujiga left, uhlangana ne-black and gold. Mawutujiga right, uhlangana ne-black and white. Itrata zasekasi ziyaphithiza zigcwele.
It's a new era, baba. My new blood, baba. Burile buhilo bufukeng.
History doesn't knock, it's upon us, and it starts here.
Welcome back, everyone. Nedbank Cup second round action. If you thought this was going to be an easy afternoon for Orlando Pirates, you thought wrong. It's turning out to be a tough exercise against Keswick Stars. One of the high flyers, of course, in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. They are more than holding their own against the mighty Buccaneers here at Orlando. Second half to get underway. No changes, it would seem, from the first 45 minutes. And it has been an interesting tussle up to now. William Shongwe alongside me as our expert analyst. Let's get your thoughts, William, on what you think is going to unfold now in the second half.
Clearly for Orlando Pirates, I don't think they've been creating enough. The other side on the left channel, that is, they've been able to find Porto a few times, but I think the follow-up is not as much, and hardly were they able to spread the diagonal ball to find Van Rooyen. So the right-hand side has been feeling very ineffective of Orlando Pirates. They're not forcing the defenders to 10. That, for me, is the biggest challenge for any team if you want to force errors into a defense.
It's a third away game for Keswick in this year's Nedbank Cup. They had to come through the preliminary round away from home against Black Leopards. They won against the amateur club Army Rocket in Rustenburg in the first round, and here in Orlando against Orlando Pirates. Dream fixture, of course, for many of these players, a chance to rub shoulders with the big name players in South African football and to showcase their own skills, which they are doing with some aplomb here in this encounter.
Besides the fact playing against Orlando Pirates, remember this Orlando Stadium is an historical stadium. For any player, it's a dream come true to go just to walk in the park, let alone being able to play. So there's just a whole lot that will help transform this player's vision going forward as far as what the world can become for him going forward.
This is Mofokeng to take the throw. It's his first start, by the way, since October. A little bit of a gamble from coach Tombeni. He's got had two suspensions to deal with in terms of his team selection. And he's also got the Motsepe Foundation Championship closing stages ahead of him, William.
As much as they didn't want to come clean and say that's the case, but you could sense that, you know what, they know exactly which side their bread is buttered.
Here's Makaula. Mofokeng.
It's always a big challenge for any team, Cleason. A team that is fighting for something as far as the domestic league is concerned, and having to feature in a lucrative competition of this nature where you have a chance to make history. And you've got to make a decision to say, okay, which one are we choosing?
But do you have to? I mean, if you have cup success, surely a win here against Orlando Pirates just feeds into the league form as well. It gives you a big boost. It makes you feel you're invincible. I'm not a subscriber to the fact that you've got to pick one tournament over the other. You can be successful in all of them.
No, it doesn't work like that, Clayton. Remember, if you put everything in this game and then you still got league games to play and you crumble, suddenly your league potential opportunity to maybe get into the playoffs, they all fade away because you've gained so much here and you can't continue with the form that you've been coming with. So you've got to choose. Let me tell you a Chakuma story where they were chasing Confederations Cup and they ended up being relegated because they were trying to chase ball. That for me is a clear example that you can't. You've got to choose which side your bread is buttered.
So when you were at Chiefs, you chose, or you won all of the trophies.
We were winning.
Okay, well, then you're actually shooting your own argument down.
We were a winning team. The mentality was that there's no game that we're not going to win. The pressure was there for the supposed sake.
Rest my case, my lord.
Listen, come on, let me scold you.
Mofokeng now down the... This might be an opportunity here for Keswick. Good save from Sipho Chain, denying the opportunity there for Nana.